Hi guys, Mrs. Grote here, and we're going to talk about finding the dimensions of three-dimensional figures when you're given the volume. So when you're missing a measurement, in this case, we don't know what the radius is, we're going to figure out how to use the diagram and all the information we are given to find the radius of the cylinder below. So it says the volume of the cylinder to the left is 144 pi centimeters to the third. We already know the volume, we know the answer. Find the diameter. So first I'm going to see that this is a cylinder, and I'm going to check in with my formulas. Volume of a cylinder equals pi times the radius squared times the height. That's the formula that I'm going to begin to fill in. Now I need to decide what I do know. I know in this case the volume is 144 pi. I do not know the radius, so I'm going to leave that as r squared. And I do know that the height of this cylinder is 4 centimeters. Now I need to figure out how I'm going to get this r variable by itself. All of these terms, pi, r squared, and 4, are being connected by multiplication. So the opposite of multiplication would be division. The first thing I always do is divide both sides of my equation by pi. Pi divided by pi would be 1. Pi divided by pi on this side, also 1. So now I'm left with 144 equals r squared times that height of 4. Now, the opposite of multiplying r squared by 4 would be dividing by 4. So by dividing both sides by 4, 4 divided by 4, that would be 1. I end up with 36 is going to equal the radius squared. Now we need to remember radius squared is the same as multiplying the radius by itself, r times r. So I need to think what number times itself, what double, is going to multiply to give me 36. If I go through 1 times 1, 2 times 2, 3 times 3, or use the square root button on my calculator, I get an answer of 6. So I know that the radius of this cylinder is 6 centimeters. Now remember, we always need to go back and check into the question. This didn't ask for the radius, it asked for the diameter. So if I know that the radius is 6 centimeters, that means I need to double it to get a diameter of 12 centimeters. When you do problems like this related to volume, you need to take your answer, in this case we would go back to our radius of 6 centimeters, and plug it back into your formula to make sure that it works. Your check will look something like this formula with all of the numbers plugged in. So I would type in pi, my new radius squared, and my height that I already knew, and verify that my calculator gives me an answer of 144 pi. Thanks, guys. Get to work on the worksheet. Nice job.